No one knows the scale of trafficking either globally or in the UK. There are certain figures which are out there. So there's the figure of 2.4 million people who are being exploited at any one time because of human trafficking. That's a global figure. UNICEF also have a figure of 1.2 million children who have been trafficked across the world. In the UK, again, the figures are very hard to get. We had a police report out just last year which suggested at least 2,500 women are trafficked into the off-street prostitution sector, but that's just a small minimum of the total number of victims, because we're also seeing people trafficked for forced labour, for domestic servitude and other forms of abuse. So until we get communities involved in raising awareness and linking up with their police forces and with their local authorities to map and tackle trafficking, we're not going to know the complete scale.
Some people, some parliamentarians in some countries still think that it doesn't really exist, and they don't want to know that it exists. It's something they just pretend is not there. A number of countries have been doing a lot. Have been doing a lot of profile building, and the United States tip office has been doing a report for a number of years on country by country what they're doing on trafficking of 104 countries, and that comes out every year. And the 2011 report is due out in around March, April, the interim report, but the full report will be out in the summer. And I just had some meetings with them in Washington a couple of weeks ago, talking about leading up to 2012, which is another year on, about whether we should look at the criteria of countries who've been at the top for too long but not even suddenly slowing down on what they're doing, and countries on the border of not doing enough or not doing anything, whether we should start to downgrade them and make more publicity. If I had a choice, we want them to, besides signing up to the international agreements, we want them to actually take prosecutions against these people. Also to be more alert, and also to be more positive about recovering funds, because this is the second biggest business in terms of black market. The first one, of course, is arms, then we've got human trafficking, and then we've got drugs. And the amount of money being made is enormous, and it's all a cash business. Whether it's labour, whether it's sex, whether it's organs, tourism, you know. Great Britain has done, and I'm very proud to say, and I'm not just saying that as a parliamentarian, we have done some things. We've still got a long way to go.
Trafficking starts in communities, and it can be stopped by communities. So firstly, people need to know what trafficking is, they need to know what it looks like, they need to know who to tell, and they can do that through lots of different organisations that are out there. They also need to know how it affects them, both in their workplace and in their community, and what they can do, and not just in terms of telling people, but in terms of what they can do to raise awareness, to map signs, to discourage people buying products that might be made by people who are trafficked into exploitation, to stop seeing women in the sex industry who might be being exploited, and loads of other areas that they can make a real difference both in their own lives and in the lives of the area that they're in.
My name's Matt Dorr, and I'm the project manager for the charity Photo Voice. We work all around the world running participatory photography projects with marginalised groups or issue-affected communities. And through the projects we aim to give people an opportunity to actually take an active role in advocating for change and bringing about positive social change regarding the issues that are actually affecting them. Throughout 2010, Photo Voice has been working with the charity World Vision to work with young people in communities affected by child trafficking. The aim has been to represent the diversity of the issue, so that it's removed from the cliches which often are used to describe the issue or the public perception of it. So we've been working with children who have been trafficked and have been working on the street or begging in Lebanon, street working children in Pakistan. We've been working with children at risk of trafficking in Armenia and Albania, and also rural young people in Romania, where the issue is more around people being lured into overseas work placements.